Well, good afternoon, everyone. We're down here at Pahrump, Nevada yet. We're down here protesting abuse here at the prison again. And we've been down here for a few days and just got a quick little update. Things are going really good today. We are in the prison today visiting guys, and so we're have visited almost every guy in the prison, I think. I have not went in there myself yet today. Hi, Brian. How you doing? I see several people hopping on here. Melina. Good to see everyone on here. And Mary, we right here behind me. Yesterday we had this whole road here closed off. They had the prison locked down, and every day so far it's been getting just a little bit better. Yesterday the guys were able to call us from the prison and let us know that they were doing okay. And this morning early, they actually moved one of the vans and opened it up so that family and friends could come here and visit. We do have it a little bit different out here today. They have a tent set up over here, and two correctional officers are, as people go in, they just take down their name and ask them what they're here for, and go ahead and let them proceed in. So far, most of these guys have gotten visits today from a lot of the friends and family, and we've had a lot of support here. We had people showing up from all over the country that's been here in support. In a moment, I'll turn the camera around and actually show you. We've got campers and motorhomes and tents. We've got actually a kitchen here now where they're cooking at. We've got tons and tons of food that has been donated in cases and cases of water. We've got we had bacon and hash browns and biscuits and gravy cooked out of our tent and kitchen today. So it's been awesome with having so many people here and so much support. We've got lots and lots of tents. A few campers and motorhomes, and we don't even have everybody here at the moment because some of them are down here, but I'll still show you what's going on. In a moment, we'll see a vehicle, it looks like, coming up that will go into the prison, and they'll have to stop and go through the security, which is not normal out here this far, but it's as we see here, somebody's leaving right now. The security stops and asks them as they're leaving, and they ask them as they're going in what their business is or if they're done. We've had quite a bit of traffic out here for as far away from town as we are. We're probably 7 miles from town, a total drive, and so the townspeople all know we're here. We've had a lot of the townspeople come out here. We even had one guy show up here he was the guy who started up the newspaper here in Pahrump, Nevada. And he no longer owns it, but he was the one who first started up the newspaper here many years ago. And he came out here and talked to us for a while. The Sheriff's Department has been in communication with us today, and they said this incident that happened yesterday is not going to happen again, that if we had any problem out here, they would come out here and assist us. Here's one vehicle coming in. They stop. The security asks them what their business is here, and then they'll proceed on into the prison and visit whoever they're visiting. We've been trying to organize a list. We've got a whole list of names here of all of the prisoners that we know that are here, the political prisoners, and we're also getting other names so we can visit people that we don't know, that don't get visits normally. So, because there's people in here that's been in here for months to years that don't even have any family that's close enough by to come and visit them, and we're trying to give other visits to them people also that don't get any visits. Earlier today we were standing up on some of the vehicles with flags, and the guys were out in the yard out here in the prison yard, and we could hear them hollering really loud, and we would holler back at them, and they could hear, we could hear each other. There's been almost no wind out here today like there has been, so we can hear each other pretty good, so that's awesome. I'm going to take you a walk around and just show you our kitchen that we have set up, our tents. I'll show you the signs that we have. I'll show you some of the tents and vehicles and the campers, and everyone is not even here at the moment, but we have a good crowd of people. And so I'm going to turn the camera around and kind of walk you around here. Here we go. So we've got, as you can see down there, we got a car down at the far end, a motorhome. There's some cars here. There's a tent right out here, kind of in the parking lot area. We've got a telescope over here that we've been looking through and looking at some of the guys that are back in the yard waving at us. Then we've got some faithful good friends here all the way from Washington. So got a little camper here and a tent, a pull behind camper behind that vehicle, and some signs that we have made that we got out here. Take you a little walk around and just show you what we've got going on around here. This is one of the locals' vans. And here's my van right here.
A little loud.
But warm in the morning.
So,
Who hasn't signed this yet?
and here we've got our tent, and a lot of the people from around here just come over here to support from all over the country, not just here in Nevada, from all over. California, Idaho, Utah, and
Kingdom of Heaven.
Kingdom of Heaven, as always. In prison abuse. This is our kitchen here. We got a big two-room tent set up, and we'll show you down here some of the vehicles, and we'll go inside the kitchen and just show you some of the donations that we've been getting. There's some tents out there and another camper, some more tents. There's kind of scattered all out through the desert. We've got some tents out in there. We'll take you in here to the kitchen area here. Give me just the mess hall. We had some awesome cooks this morning.
Not too big of a mess yet.
So here we got our coolers, some food there, and cases and cases of water here. Let's see if we can get a good, we got Gatorade. These are all donations that's been coming in the last couple of days just from locals and people here supporting us. This is where we cooked hash browns and bacon and biscuits and gravy this morning. Some more ice chest. We got some charcoal back here. And just, let's see if we can get all the food in there. There's quite a bit of food in these ice chests. We've got quite a bit out here. So this is our kitchen that we have makeshift out here that's working good.
Mega barbecuer on its way.
We got a barbecue.
We got a barbecuer that's right over there, and more barbecuers coming.
What was that, 20 pounds of hamburger in there or something like that?
Then we got bacon.
And here's a shirt that we've had signatures done here, all kinds of signatures from supporters that have come from all over the country. And people's been signing this shirt. And what do we got on the front of it there?
Nice.
It
says Washington, Hamilton,
Rest in peace,
Hancock,
Bill of Rights.
Revere, Jefferson, Madison. You've got Victory Over Oppression, Lavoy Finnecums. The Tree of Liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of
I remember
patriots
everybody
and
putting a
tyrants.
leaf
What do we got on the
Tree
front of it
Liberty.
there?
That was the front. This is the back.
Oh, there's the back there. So
we
here's
go.
all the political prisoners' names. And it looks like we've got 30 names plus 11 plus a few others here, and a bunch of signatures around it from the families of these political prisoners. So
Family and representatives.
family and representatives.
Everybody signed the card for the guards.
Can I say something, John?
Yes, go ahead.
So hi, this is Gina from Liberty Grows, and I just did I just met with Clive and Bundy for an hour, and I'm going to be posting. I just did a live stream. As soon as my battery gets back up and running in about a minute or two, I'm going to post that up on Liberty Grows.
And you came all the way from
Came
California.
out from California to support these guys and to see an end of prison abuse. And we got to talk with the guards out there in the parking lot that was walking us out, and tell them it's unacceptable to treat any human being like that. So we need to end prison abuse in America.
What was the atmosphere there in jail? Were they fairly friendly, the guards and stuff? Or
Yeah, inside they were cordial. They
Yes.
were cordial. They tried to deny some things, and Kelly insisted and was able to be persuasive and get a visit in. So there's a lot of people in there. Everyone's very encouraged and excited to be visiting with them right now over the video monitors.
Well, thanks for coming and joining us.
Okay, thanks, John.
So this is a card that we're actually doing. Huh. It was just handed to me. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I was told it was for the guards.
That's what I was told too.
So
Be careful what you say. You're right.
We got a card here that someone here bought for the guards, and we're going to give it to them. We don't agree with what they're doing, but we're trying to encourage them to do the right thing here and treat these men right. That we're not here being mean or vindictive or dangerous, tearing up anything. We're here peacefully, just wanting them to know that we don't like prison abuse, but we're going to give them a card anyway to encourage them to do the right thing.
soften their hearts.
So, a bunch of signatures there. So we'll get out here, and there's the entrance again, just one van over there, a couple of guards just checking people in. And here's some of the rest of the vehicles down here. So we've got, that's the kitchen again, and the tent where we're all sitting around. That's right here in front of the, entrance. We got all the vehicles lined up here. We do have someone that has told us a while ago that they're going to be delivering a outhouse out here. So far we haven't had good facilities for restrooms, and someone's going to donate an outhouse, portable outhouse, to bring it out here. A couple of miles up the road there's a convenience store and gas station, and I'll turn the camera that way, but it's towards that mountain up there, towards the other end of this road. There's a convenience store that we've been going up there and buying things that we need, and restrooms and things like that. They've been very welcoming to us. They've been letting us use their restrooms at any time. We do try to do business with them when we do that, but they've been very good to us the whole time here. So we've been thankful that that's been there until now. But we are going to hopefully have a restroom out here tomorrow, and for people that are going to continue to stay for a little bit, to let everybody know that this prison abuse must stop. So we'll go back over here towards the entrance again. So we got another vehicle coming out. It's got looks like Wyoming plates. That people are here to support us and come in here and visit people. But so that's our entrance there again. We'll turn the camera back around. But it's been great to have so many people to support, so many people that's been peaceful out here, just trying to bring awareness to what's going on here, that this kind of corruption needs to stop, that these things cannot be allowed to be treated other human beings this way. If they're guilty of a crime, you lock them up. You don't abuse people and lock people up in these type of conditions. It's not. I see someone here said to call. I will try to give you a call shortly, sir. And anyway, we've had everybody out here has been peaceful. Everybody's been great. So it's been good, and we are bringing awareness to what's going on. As you can see behind me, there's all these vehicles and all these people from all over that's been coming and going. Even the townspeople have been coming out here and thanking us for what's going on. We do have one of the county commissioners from the county here that is actually going to be coming out here also to talk to us, and that they are supportive of what we're doing. That's one of the county commissioners from right here in Nye County. And tomorrow we're supposed to meet up with the sheriff and talk to her about what's going on in here and what her findings are, and see what her investigation is leading her to, if she's going to continue with her investigation, if she's finding anything criminal. And so we're hoping that that this doesn't get pushed under the rug. that this type of thing doesn't happen to another human being. A 3x3 cell. We listened to this recording of Ammon here earlier over a loudspeaker, listening to what he told, what happened in there. His story of him being handcuffed for 13 hours in this facility here. And nobody seems to take responsibility. That's the problem here, is that there's no responsibility for corruption inside the government or inside of these things. They have no, there's no recourse, and there should be. Another human being should not be so much powerful over us this way and treat other human beings. A 3x3 cell, handcuffed for 13 hours. You can't even lay down in the cell with no clothes on. Being left there, beaten, abused is unacceptable in our day and time. And we're wanting to bring awareness of this and not let this happen to anyone again, ever again. It shouldn't happen in this country. So, thanks for joining us. I'm going to be going in shortly to do some visits myself, to see who we can visit. But we have, I'll just name out some of the names here if you're not familiar with the guys that are actually in this facility and who is being held here awaiting trial. And we got Micah McGuire, we've got Jason Woods, Joseph O'Shaughnessy, Jerry DeLoomis, Ryan Payne, Mel Bundy, we've got David Bundy, Cliven Bundy, Ammon Bundy, Ryan Bundy, Eric Parker, Stephen Stewart, Ricky Loveland, Todd Engel, Pete Santilli. We have Greg Burleson and also Brian Cavalier. So them are some of the guys that are held here. I'm understanding there's close to 700 people held here. So there's a lot of people. And these guys here are being held here without any bond, without any pretrial release. And most of these guys, except for 6 of them, have never even been to trial yet over what they've been charged with. And it's been close to a year and a half. Some of them might even have to wait till over 2 years to go to trial because of what's going on. 6 of these guys just went to trial and it got stopped in a mistrial. And that's all still being looked into and investigated, when we've got 2 guys that come out with convictions and the others, there was a hung jury on it. And see, someone else here says there's 1,100 beds here. So that's a lot of beds here, people that, and we're hearing there's even a 91-year-old guy here that's being held here. He sleeps on one of the bunks with Ryan Payne, and he's being held here on charges. He's a retired doctor and prescription fraud. Been here a couple of years waiting trial. 91 years old. And that's what's happening in this country. So, let me see here. We've got, said someone, I'm not really watching all the messages here, and I'll try to answer a few. I was listening to Jerry DeLoomis last night. I didn't hear what Jerry DeLoomis said. I talked to Jerry DeLoomis a lot, so I didn't hear this. If you do comply, I understand if you just comply to everything. So this might be what he's saying. If you do comply to whatever their demands are and things, it is easy. But should you comply to things that are against your conscience? And if Jerry DeLoomis feels that he should do that, and I respect Jerry DeLoomis a lot, and I understand that different ones of the prisoners have different things that they're going through. Ammon Bundy does not consent to the strip searches and the way they treat him. So I know there's different people that are just compliant, and different prisoners, that's their right to do, and I respect each and every one of these prisoners. Said there's a 93-year-old man, he's with Dave and Cliven. So this guy, it might be the same guy that's, he's not 91, he might be 93. But I've been talking to a couple of guys about this gentleman, and he's he's sitting here in this jail, and I know he's with several of our guys that are in there. Ammon, has he shown his ankles? We haven't seen it personally. His attorney went in there and tried to see his ankles, and they actually told his attorney to leave. His attorney did not get to see Ammon's ankles. He did get to see his arms and his hands and his wrists where the shackles were on it for 13 hours. The sheriff has sent someone in there to talk to Ammon and get his statement, so we know that's going on. We know that Ammon's ankles were bloody and all bloodied up from the shackles. I see Carol Bundy said hi. Hi, Carol Bundy. And Ammon Bundy, it's not about Ammon Bundy here. It's right. Ammon Bundy's not the only person being abused here. We're hearing this from other people. It does seem like he's getting targeted, but he's not the only one getting abused here. Looking through some more messages here, if I can catch up with them again. We've got here. Morgan Philpott did see Ammon yesterday at least once, and I seen him again the day before. So his lawyer, Philpott, has came out here and seen Ammon, and he made a trip all the way out here just to visit him. Any more questions here? I'll try to answer everything I can here. I see some people from North Dakota said hi. We're trying to find out more about prisoners in here, not just these guys, and the other guys are calling out. I've had several calls from several of the prisoners today myself personally, and they're calling us and telling us what's going on. And so it's not just these guys; it's many other guys that this abuse is happening to. We haven't did the march today with the visits and so many people coming in, but we are definitely going to do the march today. So we will hopefully do that soon. We will regroup as some of the last people come out, but it could be close to 3 o'clock before we do that. But we've got a good group of people, but we definitely are going to do the march. And it's way cooler out here today. It's even sprinkling on me right now as I'm talking. There's not as much wind. So it's been really pleasant out here to be here today. See if there's any more questions here. I see people saying from Central California, it looks like they're praying and supporting. Thanks a lot. There's so much that we can't even tell you, so much that I can't even remember each time. These families are going through a ton of hardship. I talk to some of these families off and on, and some of these families have went through so much that they're near to losing everything they own. Some of them have taken jobs that have children. Others are just struggling every day because their loved ones are still incarcerated here without trial, and we still don't know when the trials are going to be for some of these guys. Some of them might be put off a long time. I talked to Pete personally today. Pete is doing awesome. Pete's doing really good. I talked to him for 30 minutes plus today on the phone. He called from the jail here. He encourages everyone to be peaceful. Don't be threatening to no one. That's not what we're about. We can stand our ground and do what's right. And he reminded me, and he reminded lots of others, that that's what it was all about, that the Bundys were even about. They were about peace, just bringing attention to the corruption that's going on in this country, and that's what we're wanting to do. Yep, we're all standing peaceful. It says, I seen someone here that said please don't do the angry faces. So, but Dale Seals, good to see you. God bless you too. Thanks for everything you've done over there in Portland for us when we were there. You were awesome. You shared your home. And thanks again to you and your wife. We are going to the Nye County Sheriff's Office again tomorrow. And we are going to be talking to her to see what we can get her to commit to see what she can do here to look at this corruption. It's her job to do this. It looking at some more of these messages, trying to catch up with some of them here to see if there's any more questions I need to answer here. So I see Fred said he's here in spirit. It's I know everyone can't be here. It's very difficult to be away from our families. There's been so many people just come so far in just the last couple of days that have only been able to stay one day. Some are able to stay a week. So we understand that it's difficult to be here for a length of time, but I am thankful that there are so many people actually that have come that are doing this, and the people that are home that are still supporting us. It's awesome that on both sides we know that it takes a lot of us to spread this information. Hi Trenton, how you doing? Thanks for the ride last time. People, I've just seen people that just could come just to bring water, others that come to bring food, others that help to donate sleeping bags or tents. A young man on here, Trenton, he gave me a ride last time that I needed to ride for a long distance. And just different people like that have done different things. It's been awesome for the different amounts of support each and every one can do. It's not just one of us. It's a group of us that are uniting for justice, and we want this justice to be heard, and that's what it takes, is every one of us to stand up and unite. I see that Harvey asked why couldn't the attorney see Ammon's ankles and stuff. The attorney went to see him. He was sitting there on the other side of the table with Ammon, and he was demanding that he get to see him, or went to go look at it, and the guards came in and took Ammon away, and they stopped the visit. They said that that he could not look at the damages or the wounds that have been caused by what the handcuffs that is left and shackles left on Ammon. So they cut the visit way short because this lawyer that is approved to work on this case, they would not allow that lawyer to look at what happened. And we're seeing this happening in courts. We're seeing this happening here. When the guys are locked up in jail these length of time, they have restrictions and limitations to what they're doing, which shouldn't be right. They're fighting for their lives, absolutely fighting for their lives. And they're not allowed to look at all their discovery properly. They're not allowed to fight their case. They're limited to this, and they're even in court. Their lawyers are not allowed to present all the evidence that's even there. It's the injustice that's being done when you're locked up. You're limited so many ways to represent yourself, to get the evidence out there, and it makes it very difficult to prove your innocence when you've got no checks and balances on the government side, but you got all these dead ends on the defense side, and they cannot present the truth the way they need to. But I believe that we can bring it out. It's hard to do it, but with God we can do it, and that's what we're going to keep doing. We're going to keep fighting this, and all along the way we're not going to abandon none of these guys. So it's corruption all the way from the top to the bottom. It definitely is, and it's hard to find any honest law enforcement, police, judges, marshals to stand up against the tyranny. If they do, they're going to end up losing their jobs, and that would be the right thing to do, it seems like, but we are definitely not seeing it right now. We definitely are not. Again, thanks everybody for joining us and coming on here. We will keep you updated every day as we can on what's going on. I should try to do more live streams and updates. I try to do as much as we can. We've got a lot going on here on the ground, as you can imagine. It's pretty much non-stop from daylight to dark, and but we're trying to give you as much as we can as we have it here. And thanks for everybody that's supporting in any way you can, whether it's just kind messages to bringing out water or whatever you're doing. It's awesome for everything you're doing. Thanks again, and keep praying for us. And we will. We don't know how long the Bundys are going to be in the hole. We just know that they are in solitary confinement Ryan and Ammon both, and they don't even know yet themselves. And I understand that they're supposed to tell them, but they don't even know themselves how long they're going to be kept there. But just keep praying for us, and we will keep reporting down here with everything that we can, at least once or twice a day. We'll try to get you those updates and let you know exactly what's happening as long as we're down here trying to bring awareness to this corruption that's going on. Thanks a lot again. Keep us in your prayers, and have a good day. God bless.